Well, our economics editor Ed Conway is in our central London studio. Ed, it's gone up 0.1%. How significant is this?
Well, it's significant in that this is the first time since 2012 when the Bank of England has been forced to write a letter of explanation to the government about this. So every time inflation goes well above their target is to keep it close to 2%. They have to write a letter of explanation, and so they will have to do that. We won't actually get the letter all the way till February. They do have a meeting this week, but they have obviously the number has just come through today, and they won't have processed it in time to give a formal letter by the meeting, which is on Thursday. But it is a significant moment in that we have seen inflation starting to creep up over the course of the last few months. It's partly down to, well, a range of factors. You've seen food prices rising across Europe, but in the UK they're rising faster than in most places, and that's largely down to the fact that the pound fell very sharply after the referendum last year. That in turn, because we're very reliant on goods imported from overseas, and because those goods are more expensive in sterling terms, that means they are going to be more expensive and pushing up prices across the country. And for many of us, I think you'll have noticed that when you've seen prices going up by, at the moment, 3%, and wages rising at a far lower rate. So wages rising at a rate of about 2.2% at the moment, 2.2%. And that means the squeeze on families' living standards that we saw, that was a real issue over the course of the crisis, the early part of the crisis, that has come back again. Now, on the flip side, the bank is likely to say in their letter when it eventually arrives that inflation has probably peaked and it is coming down. So the expectation is 3%, 3.1%, which we have at the moment, is probably likely to be the peak, and it's going to come down over the course of the next few months. But nonetheless, it means it's going to be a more costly Christmas, I think, than many people had expected, given prices are rising quite so fast.